or can be. So Janie and Pam, I don't know if you had a chance to look at the second proposal draft. Was that okay with you two?
Yep.
Okay, I'm gonna convert it to PDF and then I'll send it to the group. It'll take just a minute here.
I just wanted to let you know I've started the recording and the streaming of the meeting.
Thank
Thank you, Lisa.
Was that before or after the Vikings references, Lisa?
That was after.
Oh, that's right. Lisa is a Packer fan too. So we have two enemies of the state here.
Yep.
Yeah.
I knew I loved that girl.
All right, let's see here. I have so many documents open, I can't keep track of it all. Let's see. All right, so I'll send it to Hannah.
Okay.
And Mr. Ennevold, of course, Mark Bloom. Alan, or Al, can I send it to you or?
Yep. Yes, you
Okay.
can.
Oh, shoot.
Hi, Hannah. I didn't get to say hi to you. I just didn't know if that was you or not.
Yep, it's me. Hello.
Good.
Hi,
What team do you support, or would you prefer not to say?
Okay.
I'll be the neutral party in all this for once.
Okay.
That's probably a good thing, Hannah.
I agree.
Okay, so I have Hannah, Steve, Mark, Jeff, and Al receiving it for the union. Is that right?
Yeah, that's fine.
Yes.
All right. Proposal 2. Here is our second.
Oh, right in the corner.
Corner there, yeah.
Incognito.
Okay, I just sent it, but I can go over things.
I can get nothing on my screen.
Emailed that stuff to you guys.
Oh, I suppose I could share my screen here.
Would be good. 'Cause he emailed it to us. We can't get it right now.
Can you guys see the proposal 2 on your screen?
Yes.
I just got it came through in the mail, so I'm in
All right.
the email. Sorry.
Okay. Well, I'll just, the first part of it is just agreements we have so far. And of course, they're all tentative. The first one is just the typical changes we make every year, the non-controversial stuff. The second one is just accruing disability and or illness leave at 0.75 days each month. That's the same as, if you multiply that out by 12, you'll see that's the same is what we've had. We agreed to paying custodians 2 times their hourly rate of pay on holidays. So that's good. We agreed to online postings because that's, how people are checking, and then we can also take online applications. And then we agreed to adding the Jefferson Elementary School head custodial position to the appendix. I guess we didn't talk about what group. So, at some point we should chat about that. I'm not going to go over the rest of the stuff in detail because it's items 3, 5, and 7 are the same as before. I did have a question about number 8 because it looked like we have a tentative agreement on that part, but then in your proposal you are still looking for your daily rate of pay. So if you could let us know if you're okay with just settling at $10 per hour, or if you're still looking at the higher rate of pay. And then,
Sorry. I think that, Steve, correct me, or Mark, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think that, we were okay with the $10 an hour, right?
Hannah said, if you're okay with that?
I don't recall discussing that with you at all.
Okay. All
Well-
right. So, okay, we'll have to talk about that then.
yeah, and of course, it's, this whole virtual meeting stuff complicates things. So we'll just leave it like as our proposal. I didn't put it in the agreement section, and then you guys can review and let us know.
Certainly.
Okay.
And then for our financial package, our offer is 0% this year and 0.5% the following year. And, we had a pretty lengthy discussion about negotiation strategies for all of our groups that don't have settlements yet. And as you probably guessed, we're very concerned about the budget. And so it's hard for me to say 0% and 0.5%, to this group and to the other bargaining groups, because I know how hard people work all the time, but especially this past spring, summer, and this year. And so I hope you know that, and I know I can speak on behalf of all the board members, actually. But that's the reason for our offer: 0% the first year, 0.5% the second year. There might be, very small movement there, but I hate to say that it's our parameters are very small. We also talked about the possibility of just having a 1-year agreement instead of a 2-year agreement, thinking that, who knows, the situation might change. Maybe things will be a little rosier, a year from now. So anyway, at least keep that in the back of your mind as well. We did talk at length too about severance, or the HRA payments for retirees, and the board members are opposed to that. Or but it's well, first, of course, it's money, but then also the timing, because of the budget situation. So I just need to let you know about that. And anyway, that's where we are with the proposal. I wish I could say something more than what I am. But I'm sure we'll have more discussions here either today or in the future. Pam or Janie, do you have anything to add as far as anything I've missed? Or
I think I'd just like to add that we all hate to have this discussion, because if we paid everyone what we feel measures their worth, it would be up to the moon and back. I think when we discuss this as a board and looking at the larger parameters of what we can provide, and looking at what the budget looks like and how we know that the forecast from the legislature and what they're able to provide for school districts moving forward is slim to grim to horrible. And we just feel like we need to be as conservative as possible so that we can keep as many people working as possible, because the next thing we would have to do is to start eliminating jobs, and nobody wants to do that either. So I think we're all feeling horrible about this. I think I can speak for all 7 of us when I say that this is not at all what we've wanted to offer anybody. And the idea of waiting a year and seeing what might happen. I mean, we're playing a waiting game, really. It's a might, we don't know, but we just don't feel like we can move higher than that, only because we just don't know. We don't know where things are at. And so it's embarrassing actually to be able to say 0 for the first year and 0.5. I mean, I feel embarrassed by saying that. And at the same time, we have to be very good stewards of the money that we do have. So in trying to balance both of those things, I wish that it was different than that. And so just please hear me in saying that. I mean, I'm getting all choked up now because I feel very badly about this. And I'll leave it there.
Yeah, no, and exactly what Pam said, I guess, you know, and I think it's okay to say, Karsten, like, I mean, we're planning on, this is going to have to be a new norm going forward with many negotiations and agreements with groups. Like, we just had to have a very real talk about how we're going to have to go forward with groups, and the state's going to be at the $1 trillion of losses, I believe it was, and we just felt like this is all we could do. And again, I don't want to keep it going, but it doesn't feel good, but it is a new reality. So, you know, we're just going to have to talk it out and communicate as much as we can and see what you guys are thinking.
Can you guys hear
I
me?
mean-
Steve?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Yeah, so we're,
Currently, as we speak, what group settled in July of, well, or just recently, and what did they settle for?
I believe there were 2 groups. One is food service and the support personnel groups. And their settlements ranged over 2 years, with the second year being this year. As I recall, I believe they were 2% each year. Thereabouts.
so yeah, I mean, I think, you know, we really don't have much to say, and I think we're just gonna cut this short and we're gonna file for mediation. So
Yeah, and totally, you know, obviously we know that that's the right of either side. And you know, we will honor and respect your decision to do that. Sometimes mediation is, well, it's almost always a good thing, you know, because it really helps bridge the gaps, you know, in a much more efficient way.
yeah, I just feel like it's kind of a slap in the face. You know, we submitted our proposal way back in June. We were trying to get things started, get the ball rolling and get settled before this time. Like you said, other bargaining units that settled in July, they had cost of living adjustments for 2% for each year. And, you know, I feel like our people go above and beyond for the school district. We've had a few meetings and negotiation meetings, and I just feel like we're just not progressing. So, like I said, we're just going to cut it short and we'll file for mediation. So we'll be in touch.
Yeah, in that case, you know, we won't set up another session now, because obviously we'll wait until the mediator contacts Hannah and me. And then we'll circle back with Janie, Pam, and Jim, so we can kind of put it all together.
Karsten, I'm
Yeah.
sorry to interrupt. Can you maybe clarify again, according to my recollection, just so we all have the facts on the table, we actually settled with support personnel, I think, in maybe April or like March, maybe, but then the cooks weren't till May. So I just kind of want to be, maybe if you can look into that, or we can just have what the facts are on that, because I do not believe it was July that we were settling with groups.
Yeah, everything seemed like years ago now, not weeks or months.
But, and just maybe so we all are on the same page of knowing what that was at, just for
Sure.
information. So
Yep,
Yeah, I think we ended with support personnel before the end of the new year, before we left for holiday break. And then they had to ratify it. So we were done bargaining and negotiating before the holiday break.
Hannah, did I describe that well enough in terms of how the mediation works? Or actually Pam and Jeannie, I think you've been through mediation before, haven't you?
Yeah, once.
Okay, Pam hasn't, Jeannie
I have
has.
Yeah, that's correct. So we'll file the petition and the Bureau will be in contact with you and with myself and we'll be able to set up dates. So,
That sounds good. All right, thanks,
All right.
everyone.
Okay,
We'll,
thank you.
we'll be in touch and we'll, as soon as we hear the mediator dates or the potential mediation dates, we'll respond right away with what dates work for us.
okay, sounds good.
All right, thanks, everyone.
Okay,
Thank you.
thanks.
Steve, don't talk yet.